A little nerve-wracking. One thing that is free, though, nice weather. Especially great to get outside. Just take a walk and enjoy the fresh air. Got that little bit of sunshine going on today. Matt, certainly some good stuff to talk about as far as the forecast goes.
Yeah, for sure. Looking forward. I know we're still stuck in February one more day, but looking forward to March. Boy, the numbers just take off. We all know it warms up in March, but looking at some of the numbers, especially the last couple of years, we've had some really warm Marches around here.
Yeah. I'll take another one if we can get it.
Right.
I am going to do you a solid today. I'm going to give you your weather word. Just it's a softball. It is so easy. Energy, because that's what we've been talking about in this block. So
yeah.
I hear you use energy just about every day in the forecast anyhow.
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
This will be low effort on your part today.
Oh, I use that word every day. That's great, Jay. Thank you for that. A little easy Monday around here. All right, let's talk numbers. Last March 2021, was a mild one. We had 7 days in the 50s for highs. We had 9 days that made it into the 60s for highs, and 5 days that made it into the 70s. If you go back, I don't know if you guys remember this, but 2012 was super warm, right? We had a ton of days in the 70s, even some 80s. We had 3 days in a row in the 80s. The trees were blooming by then. It doesn't happen every March, though. I want to keep that in mind because that doesn't mean we're going to be warm. It does look like we've got a pretty chilly pattern overall over the next 10 days, but we've got some bumps of hope here in the forecast. Boy, I want to start big picture. Spring versus winter is ongoing. This is going to be the pattern all week. Cold Arctic air off towards the north. You notice we're right in between. They're going to enjoy a very spring-like week down south of us across a good portion of the country. Widespread 60s and 70s down there. Dividing that line is a waffly frontal boundary. Get used to this as well. We've got just kind of a little wavy boundary. We have some cold air, warm air all mixing together, and that boundary is going to be fluctuating over northeast Ohio this week. Notice temperatures 60s down to the south. We're stuck in the 30s here, but we've got 50 in Chicago. We may make a run at 50 degrees tomorrow. That frontal boundary is still down to our south. So you notice we go 31 downtown, travel down 77 to Dover. It's sitting at 45 right now. So that demarcation line between the cold and warm is right over northeast Ohio. It lifts north tonight as a warm front. We're going to head up into the upper 30s tomorrow morning for daybreak. National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. So you notice the clouds will be around. Tomorrow throughout the day, we should make a push at 50 degrees. That ought to give you some good energy down to the south with the warm up. Down there, you can see temperatures trying to make it all the way up to the lakeshore. Can't rule out some showers as that boundary will be right over late in the day tomorrow. Doesn't look to be widespread. And then we're talking a bigger warm up after that. So as we go into the weekend, we're going to keep our eye on a little cold spell on Thursday. But on into the weekend, we bring some much warmer air in here. It is going to come with some rain, though. We'll talk a little bit more about that system coming up in the next half hour. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. We're down to 30s on Thursday, but then we bounce back, Jay, 50s and 60s this weekend. Should feel spring-like around here.
Well, 60s is worth the price of admission, so we'll stick around. Thanks, Matt.